name's Ian.
And I'm Steven.
And this is Spiked Up.
Welcome to Spiked Up.
Welcome to Spiked Up.
Welcome to Spiked Up.
Hey there, Colorado track and field fans. Welcome to this week's edition of Spiked Up. As always, I'm Bobby Reyes, and I'm going to be your host. Now, before we get started in this week's episode, a big shout out to our sponsor, the Niwot Market, best salsa in the world. One more thing before we get rolling here. I did mention this last week at the tail end of the podcast. While the season might be over here in Colorado, Spiked Up is not going anywhere. I'm going to keep this on a weekly basis, and I'll be diving into some of the more national caliber meets coming in June, as well as pivoting to covering some NCAA and pro level action. Also going to have a few Colorado alumni on the show, so there is still plenty of reason to tune in each week to Spiked Up. So now, I'm going to dive in on a couple storylines that I posed a little over a month ago, and just kind of answer some questions, because I feel a month ago I posed the question, now that the season's over, the results are in. A little over a month ago, I asked the question about, is this going to be the deepest field in boys distance in Colorado history here? And, now that the state meet is over, results are in. The answer, yes. We had 21 sub 920 clockings in Colorado this year in the 3,200 meter, led by Benji Anderson's 901. Compared to last year, we had 15 sub 920s. And so I kind of wanted to dive in a little bit more on this and figure out, is this just in one event? Is it across the board? So that way you can sort of establish some trends and then kind of figure out what we're going to be seeing here in the coming years. And when I looked at the 1,600, the numbers got even more wild. Picking a base point of 415, 19 guys ran 415 or faster. And this is in all classifications. And on that note, there's a ton of those guys coming back. But compared to last year, two officially ran 415 or faster last year. So the numbers don't really lie to us. That just means what we're seeing here is the bar is being raised across the board. And even looking at the girls, I've talked about the girls 3,200 meter for years, because I think I've started to see a little bit of a trend here with everyone getting faster each year. This year, 25 girls ran under 11 minutes, led by Eaton's Delaney Reuter, who ran 10:24. Compared to last year there was 27, so two more, but in my opinion, that's about the same. That's right on par. If we go 2 years back, there were 17 who broke 11. So the girls are improving just as much as the guys. And kind of looking at that 16 as well, this is where the numbers, start looking a little, getting very exciting here. This year, 21 under 5 minutes in the 1,600 compared to last year. There were 19, excuse me. But there was one event on the girls' distance that I felt I started to see a shift or kind of the bar being raised just literally in front of my face, and that was the 800. Looking at this year, there were 16 girls who ran 2:14 or faster. Last year there was 14, so 2. So we are seeing like a little bit of progress here, but the question I want to put is like, what is this telling us? And my 2 cents is success begets success. Everyone starts getting faster because everyone's getting faster. But going back a few years, I feel like there's always 1 or 2 athletes who end up raising the bar quite literally and paving the way, opening the door, opening the window, however you want to look at it, paving the way for other athletes to imagine what's possible and start running faster. And, I can think of a couple athletes over the last handful of years, guys like Cole Sprout, guys like Parker Wolf, like ladies like Riley Stewart, Emma Stutzman, who are kind of like running really, really well. Isabella Laurie, Bethany Mahalik, the list goes on and on here. But a handful of athletes that really just kind of show what's possible out there, and then everyone follows suit. And the reason why this is exciting is because, a few of those names I just mentioned are state record holders, and these are just a few years old. But what we're seeing here is when everyone gets faster, you're going to see someone else raise the bar again. So for coming years, the question I'll pose is who does it? On the guys' side, that 855, Parker Wolf's 855, 3,200 meter Colorado state record, is being eyeballed right now. Likewise, on the girls' side, I mean, Isabel Lowry's 10:06.32 is pretty wild. So is Emma Stutzman's 4:39 to 16. But who in this pack here ends up being that person to raise the bar once more and again, like elevate each event across the board? If you're out there and you're listening to this, and you want it to be you, I guess, there's a summer in front of us. So there's plenty to be excited about here. But so, now we've kind of talked about that. I do want to say that this week's episode is going to be a little bit different moving forward. Right after this, we've got some pretty fun, pretty exciting stuff coming out of Fort Collins. We are headed to the Milk Mile. Hey there, Colorado track and field fans. Bobby Ray is here, spiked up at the biggest, most prestigious event of the 2025 Colorado track and field season. Yes, believe it's true. I'm here at the Chocolate Milk Mile. Athletes train for years, sometimes even days. Some might have started drinking milk just a few hours ago and have no idea that they are lactose intolerant, and this will be an absolutely horrible way to find out. Regardless, the gravity of this epic event just lured me here. I could not miss out. I literally postponed my trip to Kansas to camp for the rest of the week because I had to check this out, because the high probability of so much vomit was just so enticing. I could not miss out.
What? I think that's a There better be audio over Come on, Ryan, let's go, boys. Think she's gonna have that one down before you.
Noah, you're about to hit 90. Let's go. Let's go, Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Carter's the winner.
Don't touch mine now.
Go lap. Yeah, go lap. Let's go. Let's go.
503, 504. 503 and 504. Good job. We're throwing it up now.
It's the best ever, Tatum! That was the best ever!
Please tell me you got that action shot.
Yes!
I had some great Chinese food from like a gas station called Sally's Kitchen. Shout out, best Chinese food in Fort Collins. But got some little carrots mixed in with the puke there, so yeah, great deal.
It might be kind of maybe on that little puddle over there right now.
Yeah, go for it.
And how do you celebrate being the champion?
I'm gonna go home, wash myself up, and eat all those Oreos.
Are you gonna drink any more milk tonight?
Oh, I always take a full gallon when I get home. This isn't just now. That was my warm up for the chocolate milk. I'm taking a whole gallon home and finishing it.
Where does this rank on your just happiness level of everything you've done on the cross country course and the track? Where does defending your chocolate milk mile, like where's that rank for you?
This is the most important event of the year. Okay, winning state for Fossil, pretty cool, but winning the chocolate milk mile is so much better.
All right, that about wraps up this week's edition of Spiked Up. Once again, huge shout out to our sponsors, the Now What Market. That's also really is that good. Another reminder, Spiked Up's not going anywhere. We will be pivoting to cover some NCAA and pro level meets, and we will be covering some of the national Calorie meets coming in June and July. So plenty of reason to tune in, as well as we've got a few Colorado alumni that we're going to have on the show, so plenty to be excited about. And I know I can't exactly end this one with saying, hey, I'll see you on the track, because I'm not going to be seeing you on the track for quite a while, but show's going to live on, so I'll see you next week.
Doing it all for you, my Lewis. I'm just getting started.